Hey guys, day 5 today, and we'll work with a little bit of everything. So it will be twisting poses, hip strengthening exercises, hip openers, some back strengthening exercises. So we are focusing on empowering the body. So we're slowly building up our resistance, our strength. So let's see how it goes. And today we're starting in reclined position. So lay down onto your back, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor for now, and place your feet quite close to your hips. Make sure that your feet are parallel. You can even look at your feet and make sure that you have them hip distance apart and parallel to each other. Then wiggle your shoulder blades to make sure that your shoulder blades are flat on your mat. So you're kind of grounding yourself through your shoulder blades as well. Arms alongside your body, palms facing down. On the next inhale, bring your arms overhead. Release them down. Exhale, bring them back. So we're warming up shoulders a little bit. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms back down alongside your body. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale back to your initial position. On the next inhale, along with your arms, I want you to lift your hips, bring them up, keep pressing with your feet. Exhale slowly. So your arms on your pelvis going together down towards the floor. Inhale, lift up your pelvis, bring your arms overhead. And again, keep working so the final position of your pelvis and your arms reaching at the same time. Exhale slowly down. Keep pressing with your feet down so you have nice and strong connection of your feet towards the floor. One more inhale, arms overhead, pelvis up. Stay here for one more breath. Exhale, release it down. Nice. So now open your arms to the sides, palms facing down as well. They can be up, but if you place them down towards the floor, it's a little bit easier. Lift your feet and bring your shins parallel to the floor. Keep the 90-degree angle in between your thighs and your belly. Try not to bring it closer than 90 degrees. So they can be slightly away. It will be more challenging on your belly, but 90 degrees is fine. From there, if you feel like you're flaring, opening your ribs out to the sides, I want you to close them a little bit, but you can place your hand underneath your lower back and make sure that there is a slight curve there, so you're not flattening your lower back. And you engaging your core muscles. We're going to slowly bring your knees towards your right. Feel your core, and your core is working here. And then inhale back up. Exhale towards your left, slowly. Inhale back up. And we keep working like that. As you're exhaling, you're bringing knees to the side. You keep looking up. You keep a strong connection of your shoulders to the floor. And then inhale back up. 2 more to each side. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. This time you bring your knees towards your right and you hold for a couple of breaths. Close your lower ribs, engage your core. Feel your deep core muscles. Inhale back up, exhale towards your left. Press with your shoulders down, press with your hands down. Keep your knees towards your left, engage your core. Inhale back up. Nice. Then release your feet onto the floor. Good. From there, I want you to bring your right knee in towards the chest, open it to the side, and place your right foot on top of your left knee. Flex your right foot right away, and then place your right hand on top of your right knee. From there, I want you to start moving that right knee away from you, but I want you to feel that you're moving just from the knee, so your right hip is not moving away from you. You keep it in one line. Good. If you have enough of a stretch there, then stay there. Otherwise, you can thread your right hand in between your legs, lift your left foot off the floor, bringing your left knee in towards your chest without moving your right knee. Your right knee moves away towards the opposite direction, and you interlace your fingers to the back of your left thigh. Good. Keep both feet flexed. Your sacrum, your lower back will be probably flattened there, but it's okay. Keep a gentle engagement of your deep core muscles by closing your ribs, lower ribs in. But relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your head. Though lengthen through the crown of your head and move your right knee away from you. Keep your right foot flexed, it will protect your right knee. Exhale, slowly release. And then right foot back onto the floor. And then we switch sides. So left knee enters the chest, open it to the side, left foot on top of the right knee. Right away, you're flexing the foot, keeping that foot active. It will help you to protect the knee. Left hand on the left knee and move your knee away. Just the knee, your hip is not moving, your hip stays where it is. You're pressing down with your hips, so you maintain that strong connection of your iliac bones, of your sitting bones, of your, not sitting bones, I'm sorry, your pelvis towards the floor and the shoulders. You keep breathing. You can stay here, or left hand in between your legs, then interlace your fingers behind your right foot, flex your right thigh, flex your right foot, and from there move your left knee away. Keep breathing. Remember to breathe in each pose, in each asana you do. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly release. And then place both feet onto the floor. And we're going to do a twist right from here. So again, arms to the sides, palms can be facing up this time. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Keep them parallel. Shift your pelvis a little bit towards your left and then bring both knees towards your right. You can look over your left shoulder. If you can, place your right foot on top of your left knee and move that knee away. So you're not pressing down with your right foot. You move that knee away from you, feeling the whole stretch to the left side body there. Keep breathing. On the next inhale, release your right foot down, come back up. Then again, pelvis towards your right and both knees towards your left. Look over your right shoulder. Then if you can, left foot on top of your right knee. Keep your feet active and actively press your right knee away. So not down, but away towards the end of your mat, towards the short side of your mat. As if you look over your right shoulder, you will feel the twist as well. Keep at the same time lowering your right hip a little bit, so you're not lifting it too much, you're keeping it down. Good. Then left foot to the floor. Bring your both knees up, bring your pelvis to neutral, bend both knees, bring them in towards the chest, interlace your fingers on top. You can start swaying from side to side, feeling your lower back, massaging your lower back. So we activated our muscles, the muscles of the hips, side body, we twisted. So I think we're ready for more active poses. Good. Feet to the floor, roll to the right side of the body and come up. Come to your tabletop position. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your feet. Actually, bring your hand slightly in front, a little bit, tiny bit in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes under for more stability. Inhale, lift your tailbone up, drop your belly, open your chest, move your shoulders away from your ears, look up. Feel the opening to the front side of the body. Exhale, chin in. Lift your upper back, middle back, lower back, hold up your belly, and then tuck your tailbone under, drop your neck and your head. Head is long, neck is long, head is heavy. Inhale again, start the movement with the tailbone. Tailbone up, belly button down towards the floor. Move your shoulders away, open your chest, look up. Exhale, chin in, then lift your upper back, middle back, lower back. Create some vacuum in the belly. Drop your neck, drop your head, and tuck your tailbone under. And we'll do one more. Inhale, wave your spine to the front and up. Exhale, chin in, then slowly articulating each vertebra. You're rounding your spine, coming to spinal flexion. Good, and then come back to the center. From here, let's do a balancing pose. So I would say that you shift the weight of your pelvis, the weight of your body towards your right hand, and bring your left knee slightly in towards the midline, a little bit, maybe a couple of centimeters, 3-5, no more than that. If you feel steady, you can extend your right foot away. So left knee closer towards the center, and the right leg away from you. Flex the foot. Look, my toes pointing directly down. I'm not lifting it too much. I'm keeping my heel and my hip in one line. Good. Stay here. Keep your left toes tucked under. It will give you more stability, and you press actively. Then we're shifting the weight of the body towards your right hand, shoulder back, and if you're pretty stable there, extend your left arm to the front. From there, I want you to close your lower ribs. You're not dropping your belly. You're really feeling that your core is working. And the moment you feel that your core is supporting you, it becomes much more easier. Okay, breathing. It really empowers the body. It really feels that the energy is flowing actively in the body. Exhale, hands to the floor, and then knee to the floor. And we do the opposite side. So bring your left knee directly below the hip, right knee in towards the midline a little bit. And then keep both hands onto the floor. Extend your left foot, left leg, left knee straight, toes pointing down, and flex the foot. You can even look back and check that you're not opening to the side. You keep your toes directly pointing down. And then we're shifting the weight of the body towards your left hand, pressing down. You're not dumping on the wrist. You're clawing down with your hands, with the fingertips and your knuckles there, and bring your right arm to the front. Close your lower ribs. And sometimes that simple pose creates its shaking sensations. And if you have them, I have a little bit on my left arm right now. This is fine. This is your brain creating new connections with the muscles. So we are really training our brain to react accordingly to the kind of exercise we're doing at the moment. Yeah, and good. Hands to the floor, knee to the floor. Open your knees wide, toes together, hips over your heels. Release your belly down. Good. And then release your forehead down. Tiny moment here just to feel your body. Good. On the next inhale, come up. The knees underneath your hips, knees parallel, knees hip distance apart. Bring your hands even more forward. Tuck your toes under. Now I want you to drop your belly. Feel that your sitting bones are sticking out towards the sky. And you have that
engaged or exaggerated curve in your lower back. From there, we don't want to round up here. We want to keep that curve there in place. Maybe it won't be that big, but it's still there because this is the neutral position of our spine, our lower back. I want you to start closing your lower ribs, engaging your deep core muscles. If you feel that, you see it's not that much now, but it's still there. And your core muscles are working, protecting and supporting the pose. From there, I want you to lift your knees 3-5 centimeters off the floor, a little bit. Try to not to bring your shoulders towards your ears, move them back. Press with your hands. Keep closing your lower ribs, and pull your navel in and up a little bit. But from there, start bringing your belly over your thighs and send your hips up and back, up and back. Keep your knees slightly bent. Have a look at your fingers. Spread them wide. Press and claw down with your fingertips. From there, keep sending your hips up and back, up and back. Relax your neck, relax your head. Try not to drop it too much. Remember that your neck is the extension of your spine. So you look down and slightly in front of you. Lift your inner armpits, outer armpits, and inner armpits. So armpits up towards the sky, and move your shoulders away from you. Hips up and back. Hips up and back. From there, if you feel steady, you can release one heel down and then another heel down. If you feel like you're more here and you have more weight on your hands than on your feet, you need to keep bending your knees more and sending hip back, back, back. Imagine that somebody is pulling your hips up and away from you. So you feel that space to the sides of the body. Good. On the next inhale, look to the front of your mat. As you exhale, bend your knees a little bit more. And then as you exhale, you walk your feet towards the front of the mat, towards your hands. And immediately bring them parallel, put them parallel, and bring them hip distance apart. Press with 4 corners of the feet. Micro bend your knees. Inhale, you can use that block if you have it. If not, then hands on your shins, maybe on the knees. Lengthen and extend through the crown of your head and through your tailbone. Through your sitting bones. Closing your lower ribs and feeling that your spine is absolutely neutral. You can place your hand onto your lower back and check if there is a curve there. And if not, then you need to bend your knees more and extend more, moving your shoulders away from your ears, closing your lower ribs. As you exhale, hands go maybe to your upper shins, maybe to your ankle, but you're not rounding. You stay there, and then from there you start slowly releasing your torso down. Neck is long. You're just moving your sitting bones up towards the sky. Keep your knees bent. Use your exhalation to release your torso more. Maybe you won't want to move your hands. Good. And press down. So your hands trying to press down towards the floor. If you can open your elbows to the sides. And from there, with absolutely neutral spine, you keep moving your sitting bones up towards the sky and start straightening your knees. At least, if it's difficult, imagine that you're straightening your knees. Maybe a few millimeters. This is fine. And repeat it again. Inhale, come halfway up. Hands can be on the knees or on the thighs. Can be on the thighs to the outer shins. Extend through the sitting bones. Extend through your crown. Close your lower ribs. Exhale. Slowly. Thighs and the belly connected. Bend your knees more if you need to. Then grab onto your ankles or shins and press them down. Start releasing your sitting bones up towards the sky. Neck is long, leg is heavy. And feel that you're pressing with your heels down. You keep your toes working and your
feeling that your knee is becoming straighter and straighter and straighter. Good. On the next inhale, bend your knees more. Bring your torso parallel to the floor. Open your arms to the sides. Again, shoulders away. Close your low ribs. Inhale, come all the way up to standing arms overhead. Exhale, hands in front of your chest. Release your arms down. How are you feeling? Good. So next one, we're going right from standing. We're stepping our left foot back, and this is a big step. We'll try to do a high lunge today. Open your right foot slightly towards your right. Bend your left knee and then bend your right knee more. So you're sitting, you are like a spring. You are nice and comfortable. You're steady because you're pressing with your right heel down and with your left toes down. So your left leg is active, your pelvis right in between your legs, and you kind of scissoring your legs towards the midline. You're kind of trying to bring them closer, and it creates such a strength and power in the legs, so it's easier for you to stand. Then from here, I want you to start lengthening through the tailbone. Close your lower ribs and bring your shoulders directly above your pelvis. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Bring your arms overhead. If you feel steady here, you're not opening your ribs, you're keeping them in. Without changing the position of your torso, start straightening slowly your left knee, and imagine that you want to place your left heel down towards the floor. Close your ribs more. You feel more of a core work here. Shoulders down. Your right hip, scoop it under and gently move it back and away. So this is a really toning exercise for your hip. And you can also feel the stretch to the front left thigh here. Good. Then hands to the center of your chest. If it's already too much, then let's release the knee down. I know, because it's really empowering exercise. If your left knee is complaining by being on the floor, then you can easily double up your mat. Good, right? So again, coming to that neutral position of your torso, closing your lower ribs. Inhale, you are hinging from your right hip joint, keeping your hip back and down. As you're exhaling, you're twisting with your sternum towards your right. So imagine that the line from the shoulder to the shoulder is one straight line. So like two pieces of rock which can't be moved around. So you're twisting the whole torso towards your right. Then your left elbow goes to the outside of your right knee. You press with your left elbow onto the knee and your knee resists. So your knee doesn't go inside, it stays above the ankle. Then inhale, lengthen to the crown. Exhale, twist more towards your right. Right hand can be on the sacrum. You move that sacrum away from you. You actively move your right hip away from you. And if you feel steady, you can trace the horizon and bring your right arm overhead. You can look up. You can look in front of you. You can even look down. Keep breathing. And then slowly, well done. Bring your right foot and hand down, left hand down, and step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Well done. Bend your knees and again thighs against your belly, against your thighs. Press with your hands down and forward. Spread your fingers wide. Look at your fingers. And if you feel that your index knuckle is off the floor, like I'm doing here, release it down. Press down. Good. Let's do a second side right from here. Inhale, left arm up. You can straighten your right knee. Exhale, knee towards the chest. And then you step it forward. Maybe you step it just here. Then grab with your left hand onto the ankle and step it forward. And bring it slightly towards your left. Bend your right knee. And come up. Now start bending your left knee more. It will be easier with your right knee bent. Left hip down and back. Down and back. But you keep that knee above the ankle. pelvis in between your legs. Close your lower ribs more. Shoulders above your pelvis. Arms overhead, shoulders down. Start straightening your right knee without losing this connection of your deep core muscles. Good. Shoulders down, right heel moves down towards the floor. Bend a little bit more so you have that left knee above your ankle. Scoop your left sitting bone under. Good. Exhale, hands down, and then right knee down. If you need, you can always double up your mat. Good. So sometimes I even step back with my right knee and then slide it forward. So it's not on the kneecap, so it's not that sensitive. And we're going to do a twist. I mean, if you're pretty steady, if you're pretty advanced, you can do your high lunge and then twist from the high lunge. Or you can go down to your low lunge as we're doing now and then lift your knee off the floor. I'll show you with this side. Maybe you can try this side and see how it goes for you. Good. Scoop your left sitting bone under. So your hip goes down and back. Close your lower ribs. Start hinging with the hip joint. So your shoulders just slightly going down, but you're not rounding or you're not bringing your belly forward. The whole torso as one going forward. Then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist towards your left. Place your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Immediately press with your elbow on the knee and your knee resists, so your knee stays above the ankle. Inhale, lengthen even more through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist with your sternum towards your left hand or the fist onto your sacrum and actively move it away from you, away from your shoulders towards your right heel, especially the left side of your pelvis. Good. And if you're pretty steady here, your left arm goes around, tracing the horizon and going all over the head, all the way over the head. Sorry. You can look in front of you, you can look down. If you feel steady, you can lift your right knee off the floor. It will bring more sensations towards your left hip, but that's what we want here. Good. Then slowly left hand down, untwist, right hand down, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and your hips up and back. You can start moving your hips from side to side. You can even release both heels towards one side and then towards the other side. Good. You can paddle your feet in your dog. How are you feeling? Good. Hope you're fine. Good. We have one more pose to do before we're coming down towards the floor. So let's again try from the down dog. On the next inhale, I want you to lift your right leg up. Exhale, bend that knee, draw it in towards the chest, and then step it forward. Maybe with the help of your hand. It's a big step forward. Release your left heel down. Good. Press with your right heel down. Bring your knee above your heel. Inhale, trace and follow your left hand. Come. Maybe I'll just switch sides. You stay where you are. So if you draw a line from your front heel, it needs to come to your inner arch, or I would better say to your left heel. So just a simple line, check. If you bring heel to heel, it gives you more space. It gives more space for your hips. From there, we need to be bending more with your right knee, but right knee is not to the inside. It stays right above your ankle. At the same time, you're pressing with the outer blade of your left foot, creating this sensation that you're drawing the energy from the floor up towards your core, up towards your center of your body. So your legs are working really actively. Many people are leaning towards the front. The same action, your shoulders above your hips. Keep pressing. It will give more sensations to your right hip, but we're empowering our hips today. Remember, close your lower ribs, arms parallel, in line with your shoulders, and just simply look over your right shoulder. Good. Keep sending your outer right hip back, down towards the floor. Keep your knee right above the ankle, and gently shift your body towards your back. Close your lower ribs. One more inhale. Exhale, straighten the right knee. Turn the foot in. Well done. It's a really empowering pose. You will feel your hips completely differently after. So we just turn your right foot in, and then left foot 90 degrees towards the other end of your mat. Then bend your knee, and again heel to heel, ideally. Bend your knee more. Some people stay there, but imagine that you want to bring it above the ankle, scooping your left sitting bone under, moving that hip under. Good. So it really works. Pressing with four corners of the foot, especially with your left heel. The outer blade connects to the floor, like you're gluing it down towards the floor. So your inner arch becoming bigger or taller. So you're drawing the energy up towards your core. Then again, check the position of your pelvis. Your shoulders directly above your pelvis. Close your lower ribs. Gentle engagement of the core. Arms in line with your shoulders. If you can sit a little bit more and bend your left knee a little bit more, and then look over your left shoulder. Trace your body a little bit back. Drop your shoulders. Your neck is long. You look over your right hand. Good. Are you breathing? Good. Keep breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, straighten your left knee. Turn the foot in. Then slowly come back to the front of your mat. And we're going to do half sun salutation just to lay down on the floor. We're almost finished. Well done. So bring your feet parallel. Bring them hip distance apart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend your knees more. So you can start sending your hips back. And you come down with a straight spine. Hands on the shins, hands on the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees more. Release your hands to the floor. Start sending your hips, your sitting bones up and back. Connect your belly and your thighs. Relax your head and your neck. And from there, start just sending your hips up towards the sky. And your knees can stay bent. This is all okay. But you're coming down with the neutral spine. This is what the most important thing. Good. Then bend your knees a little bit more. Place your hands. And then step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Coming to a plank. Press with your hands. Leave the space in between your shoulder blades. Close your lower ribs. More. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor. And then chest and chin to the floor. Untuck your toes. Release your pelvis towards the floor. Good. Let's do one Shalabhasana to really feel the backside of the body. So we are leveling or creating balance in the body. So forehead down, arms alongside the body, palms facing upwards, shoulders back. So you're not dropping them towards the floor. You're keeping them slightly engaged. So the space in between your shoulder blades stays open, stays broad. Good. Your feet parallel, your feet hip distance apart. So from there, on the next inhale, I want you to feel that your shoulders, your neck, and your head, again, as one whole. You can't just lift your head. If you want to lift your head, you need to lift with your shoulders, like an elevator. And you're moving up with the back of your head. So imagine that somebody's pressing onto your head, and you resisting lifting your head up. So that's what exactly we're going to do. Inhale, lift the back of your head up, so your neck and your shoulders follow, shoulders moving away, and you can wiggle your shoulders. There is no tension in your shoulders at all. Lengthen to the crown of your head and lift the back of your head up towards the sky. You look down and slightly in front of you. You press with your belly button down towards the floor. Try to relax your glutes there. If you do, you're engaging deep postural muscles there. The muscles which are responsible for maintaining the flexibility in the spine and the right posture, right positioning of your spine. Keep pressing with your belly button and the area below your belly button down. Good. Now I want you to start lifting your arms and your hands, palms facing up towards the sky, and lift your palms as high as you can. And imagine that somebody is standing behind you, grabbing to your palms and pulling your hands up and away so you can lift your shoulders more. You can start lifting your head, look in front of you. If you feel steady, you can lift your legs. Stay here. Keep breathing. Exhale, release down. Whew, well done. Hands on top of each other, forehead on top of your hands. Start shifting your pelvis from side to side. How are you feeling? Good. And then you just turn around, so you end up lying onto your back. I think we can do a simple twist one more time. Or let's do one core work. Oh, it's a good idea actually. Hands down, palms facing down. Lift your legs up towards the sky. You can keep them slightly bent if your hamstrings don't allow you to keep them straight. So what you need to do, you need to maintain your legs, your feet right above your pelvis. Knees can be bent, this is fine. From there, I want you to place one of your hands underneath your lower back and make sure that there's a small curve there. But if you're flaring your lower ribs, I'm flaring them now, you see that they're kind of sticking them out. Close them down, engage your deep core muscles. From there, lower your legs. Let's do 45 degrees. Keep your pelvis stamping onto the floor. Keep your lower ribs in, your navel in and up. So your navel goes down towards the spine. You're not rounding your belly. You're bringing your belly in. Then a little bit lower. Then a little bit lower. Keep your feet active. Keep pushing your heels away. Keep that small curve in your lower back. Navel active. A little bit lower. And if you start shaking, this is fine. And a little bit lower. And a little bit lower. You can do it. And a little bit lower. And release them down. Well done. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Arms slightly away from the body. Wiggle your shoulder blades so they're flat on top of your mat. Lengthen to the crown of your head. Gently press the back of your head towards your mat. You can exhale through your mouth. Sigh out all the tension, all the stress from the body. Good. And just relax, staying in Shavasana. Keep breathing. And see how you're exhaling, if you're rushing your exhales out of the body. And if you do, then start exhaling slower, making it longer than your inhalation. And see if you can add a small pause at the end of your exhalation. Again, you don't have to push yourself into that pause. Make it really natural. And maybe it's just 1 second or half of a second. Just enjoy it. Good. Start wiggling your toes, your hands. Your toes, your fingers, then your ankles, your wrists. Bring your arms overhead, bring your feet together, and give yourself a nice stretch. Then roll onto the right side of the body. Stay here for a moment. And when you're ready, slowly come up. You can sit on your heels, you can sit cross-legged, you can sit on a block, whatever is working for you. Hands on top of your thighs, on top of your knees, palms facing up. One more time, shoulders over your pelvis. Gentle engagement of your core, so close your lower ribs in a little bit. Feel your body. And then hands in front of your chest. Without rounding your spine, bring your chin in towards your chest. With your thumbs, touch onto your third eye. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Give me your feedback how you're feeling during the practice and after the practice. And let's meet all in day 6. And we're going to do some more cool exercises tomorrow. Love to all. See you tomorrow.